Hi, this is Jonathan with Fishing with Faith Outdoors. I'm glad y'all tuned back in today. And today we're going to go over the wacky rig. Excuse me. I got it on the tripod, and hopefully the wind won't blow this tripod over. I need a better tripod. This one ain't made for what I'm using it for. But anyway, we have our mics. It's not an expensive mic by no means, but hopefully it works and cut out some of this wind noise and everything we've been having trouble with. So I'm thankful to have a camera that can support a mic finally, and but anyway, I'm really thankful for that. Really am. So let's find out what all this does and see if we can't catch some fish on the wacky rig. Y'all stay tuned. All right, so we're out here at this pond, friend of mine's pond. So we're going to start out with, and what I did, I went to Academy and I got some of the uh, core tackle, um, wacky rig hooks. It's got the screw lock, core lock. I think it's called a core lock or something like that. Wacky rig, and what it does, it's got a screw that screws down your bait. And this is a Gary Yamamoto Cinco in the black color. This water is kind of tannic, so we're gonna use a black Cinco, and you screw it down into the bait. So we're gonna see what this does and how well it performs. I'm throwing it on a Fenwick medium fast rod, 7 foot or 6, 8. Let's see, I get it really don't matter. 7 foot is usually what I prefer throwing. Yeah, 7 foot. Hang on, I'll fix it. And Shimano Nazca reel. All right, so and Power Pro 20-pound braid. That could be 15 with a 8-pound leader. Tied with an Alberto knot. So that's what I use. But let me get this boy's reel straightened out, and I'm gonna show you the basics of throwing a wacky rig. All right, all right. So what do you need for a wacky rig? Basically the setup. I said you don't have to have it. This is this is a $200 rig here, setup combo. But you don't have to have an expensive combo. You just go and get you a 80 $90 uh, spinning reel combo. That will be my opinion. A good one to start out with, and really that one will last you a while. As far as hooks go, um, matter of fact, I forgot to bring it, but they got the wacky rig tools you can buy at Walmart, or not Walmart, but Academy and Bass Pro. They come with the O-rings, and you just slide the O-ring on there, and you take a hook and you hook the hook through the O-ring. That way, and you also could put two double O-rings on there and kind of crisscross the hook through the O-rings to make the hook stick out in that direction. That to me is the better direction. But if you just got one O-ring, you can just stick the hook through the O-ring and it'd be parallel with the worm or whatever bait you're using. Um, Another note, I guess, would be too that you can stick the hook through the worm as well. And if you don't mind losing worms, the Gary Automoto are very soft. They will tear very easy, but something like a Yum Dinger or something that's a little bit stiffer plastic, don't have a lot of salt in it, you can stick the hook in the worm. Last Tick will be a good one to use if you don't want to use the O-ring. So with that being said, let's throw this around and show you what I do. So basically, the idea for the wacky rig is days like today is a good example. You know, there ain't a cloud in the sky, super high skies, um, you know, light winds, calm conditions. You really don't want to throw this in the wind because you're not going to be effective on feeling bites because your line's got a big bow in it and everything. You're not going to feel the bites. You want to throw it in basically fair to no wind, calm the no wind conditions that you can keep a good sensitive sense about the bites on this because all this thing is doing is falling in the water and your worm's got a little bit of action to it, and they see that subtle action and they want to come eat it, and you got to be able to feel that bite. I mean, they can. just suck it in and swim off. You'll never know it till you see your line start moving. So this one is a very visual bite as well. You want to make sure that you keep your eye on the line at all times, because you never know when that bite's going to happen. And you know, you just want to make sure that you keep good sensitive your senses on this bait at all times. Sight and feel. Not so much hearing, because there ain't gonna be no much hearing going on. You want to be able to feel it and see it. Okay. All right. So structural ordinated bait. You want to throw this around anything that you see in the water or sticking out of the water. Edge of grass lines, submerged stumps, timber, laydowns, you know, under overhanging bushes, around grass, anything that's sticking out of the water, stumps, trees. You can get in 10, 20 feet of water if you want to. And if you're doing deep water, just get your heavier weight. You know, they make weighted wacky rig hooks, and then you can take and flip that wacky rig beside a standing timber and let it fall beside that standing timber. And if there's any fish suspended hanging out around that timber, there's a good chance they'll swim up and want to hit it. And this is not a cast and retrieve style. Now, you can do that. So basically, cast and retrieve, you throw it out and hop it off the bottom. You can do that, but generally what I do is, just to save myself a lot of, the aggravation of wanting to recast it, is to basically, I'll sling it out there or cast it out there, flip it out there, whatever, close to my target, let it fall right next to my target if possible. And then I'll just pull it off I'll just let it go to the bottom. Okay, just like you do a Texas rig. Once you get slacking a line, just pull it off the bottom kind of slowly, and then just give it some slack and let it fall right back down. If I don't get hit on that first or second initial cast like that, I'll reel it in and recast it. Because by then, if you do it again, you're basically going to be away from your target by then, because the time you pull it, you're basically pulling that lure away from your target. So you want to keep it close to your target as possible. All right, so let's see if we get a bass or two by doing this. So I'm going to flip it out here in this coon tail on the edge of this bank, and I want to flip it out there on the edge of that coon tail and see if there's any bass in the area that'll come up and hit it, and we'll see what happens. No, you don't need to go in the truck. Oh, we had a bite. I had a bite. Now, the only thing I don't like about this style hook that's from Core Tackle, and I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's got a little bit of lead here to hold that screw lock on, and it's added weight to it. So with already the salt and the Cincos and that right there, so it's making it fall pretty darn fast. So my suggestion with this, as of now, is to get like the Last Tech or the Yum Dingers that doesn't have any salt in them at all, or any, if there's any in it, barely in it, any salt in them in it all. I can't get my words together. Get some baits that has limited salt in it. That way they fall slower. Slower falling bait will probably be better for this hook. So I may wind up changing this out and going with my O-ring. The only problem is my O-ring deal, it's in my kayak vest, and I didn't bring it. So we may just wind up just having to do it this way, or just stick the hook through the worm. So let's make another cast. Let's make another cast. And you see, I'm flipping it out there and letting it fall, but I'm keeping a semi-slack line. That way, if I do get a bite, I ain't got to reel up a whole bunch of slack to catch up with the fish. All right, just pull up once like that right there. Oh, we had a fish. He hit it. I felt him hit it. As soon as I pulled it up and it went to fall, he hit it. And I think they're grabbing it. I think they're grabbing the worm and trying to swim off with it without actually getting the hook. Which I notice there's a bunch of little fish right here too. And if you got polarized, yeah, I just seen that little fish swim over there. So the little bitty fish. So if you got polarized glasses like I do, you can see a fish or whatever, and you can throw it in the area that it's in, and usually they'll swim over there and want to bite it. It is a little windy for what I'm doing today, but you're like more calm conditions because y'all can't see it. But right now, I threw out there. I want to kind of get past that grass out there that I can't physically get past, so I have to cast it out there to get past it. But the wind's blowing a bow in my line, so I have to make dang sure that I try to keep a good eye on it in case I do get a bite. I don't feel it and I see it swimming off. We're gonna make one more cast right here, and then we're gonna go to a different spot. All right, so come over here. I don't know if y'all can see it. We was down there, so I'm gonna try this area right here and see if we can't pluck one off this submerged coontail. Uh-huh. Well, we're gonna swap spots because I ain't getting bit right there. All right, well, no bites here, so we're gonna move over here into the shade a little bit and see if there's anything over there. If you don't know how to flip, I suggest get familiar with how to flip. You can do it in your yard. Just set you up a little bucket with some water in it and practice flipping with a bait caster, spinning reel, whatever. Basically, what I do is give myself some slack. Typically, bring my bait up like right here. Don't hold the hook where it'll hook you in the hand. Just get where the hook ain't gonna get you in the hand, and hold your bait and basically throw your elbow in the air. Get your wrist in the position to flip. And basically, what you want to do, you don't want to sling your arm. Basically, what you want to do is pull the bait out of your hand and just, you know, feel the weight of the worm or bait and just flip it out like that. So I know that's not the best video. I do have a video that shows how to flip. I will put that in the description, give you a better idea. But I'm just throwing that tip out there. That'll be something you want to learn how to do, is learn how to flip your bait. All right, so swapped out that hook for the weedless one here. I think this is can't remember the brand. I think this is the Trocar. It could be the Trocar or just a regular Eagle Claw style weedless hook. It could be the owner too. I think it's the owner. Anyway, you see what that looks like. Some have heavy, like a heavy plastic line, nylon line type weed, and some of them have a wire. So we're gonna try that. Maybe it'll slow it down a little bit, and these fish should be more receptive to it. It absolutely blows my mind that fish ain't biting the Cinco. I want to change the color. I got some white ones. Let me try that. So I went and got a white one. The white salt pepper colors, basically white with black, and it's got some different color flake in there, like a holographic style. But let's try that. I mean, they ain't hitting that one very well. Let's see what they do with this white one. They kind of glow in that muddy water. Oh, took it. Well, that's why I like the O-ring. Took my worm. Got a new worm. Let's try it again. Oh, there. I'm getting bites, y'all. I'm getting bites, but they just ain't getting the hook. I'm about to lose that one. Must be them little fish. All right, well, I'll give it my best. I just want to share with y'all my wacky rig tips, and some of the things that you can do and whatnot. So hopefully these tips and tricks help. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a fish. There's plenty of places I can go along this bank and try to get some fish, but uh, maybe next time I can get some. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get no fish to actually commit. There's plenty of places on the bank I could go, but my son would be with me. I don't want him to get up on a snake tromping through these weeds and brush and everything. So maybe next time we can make another video like this and catch some fish on a wacky rig. But anyway, like I said, I hope that helps again. And those of you that or you maybe have friends or family that doesn't know about Jesus, um, don't be ashamed to share the love of Jesus and to share that what Jesus did on the cross for our sins. He died for each and every one of us. We're nothing but poor humans, lost in sin from the day we were born, and Jesus died on the cross to uh, give us a ticket to heaven that He paid for, and is a free gift to us. All we have to do is ask for it. And those of you that are lost, living without Him, I highly recommend a friend, a Christian friend, or your local pastor, or someone on the YouTube channel. Me myself, um, Saved by Grace Outdoors, J Randy Outdoors. He's a pastor of um, uh, fishing across Texas, the knob fishing. Any of these guys that we share the love of Jesus, and we wouldn't mind talking to you. But if you can't get it that way, then a local pastor or a friend or someone you know at work that knows the way that can help you with wanting to accept Jesus Christ as your Savior. There's nothing to be ashamed of. If you don't accept Jesus as your Savior, you're going to hell and burn for eternity. Your soul will be tortured and burned for eternity, and you don't want that. But Jesus is life. He's your friend, and all He wants to do is love and help you. So, with that being said, thank each and every one of you for watching the channel. Again, I hope this stuff helps. Any questions, please leave a comment in the comment section. And until I keep getting distracted, there's fish busting as I'm making my closing statements. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all at the next one. God bless.